Welcome to vanderbilly.com. Here I'm going to attempt, and attempt is the right word, to show the solo for What You're Doing by Rush. As with the rest of the song, this is based on the E minor pentatonic, and I think every single note in this whole solo is in the E minor pentatonic scale. And it runs up, if you do this practice I showed on the first video here, to do this 3-octave scale here. You do that kind of thing with lots of repeating figures, and you get the kind of solo. The solo has lots and lots and lots of repeating figures all the way through it, and they're all based at different positions around the scale. So one of the main repeating figure that you're going to hear is this. All this sort of thing. So there's just a series of hammers and pull-offs in and around the scale, and it's how you get from one place to another. I've not seen any kind of video of Alex Lifeson playing this, so this is how I play it, and I don't play it note for note. It's the kind of solo which is very, very free and easy, so use your own figures and patterns to get from one place to another. And you'll see these patterns that I use as I run you through the way that I play it. Take this as a rough guide, stick your own stuff in it, that's what I would say. So, with that proviso, this is what it starts off like. So that's your opening. So it starts off with this bend up on the E, and then you come up here, so it's this bend up here from the A to the B. You want to make sure that you hear that. You can follow that, and it's really slowly. That's how I start it. And then you've got one of these repeating figures. Is how I get from here to here, which is where you need to end up. So you've got this hammer pull off. Which finishes you down on the E here on the 7th fret on the 5th string, and it's just a series of those hammers and pull-offs in different ways. You can play them in every way you like, really, to get down from there. So when you've got this, I like to put that in at the end, which is just a pull-off from the 7th to 5th on the 5th string, pull off to an open string, and then hammer back up. That comes in after it finishes on G. Then you've got a series of these, again, these repeated this one. You've got a whole series of these now. So you're going to start this one on the, as I showed you before, on the 5th, 7th, on the 4th and 3rd strings. You then, so you have one of those, and you have then two of these, which shifting up a string, but shifting up the scale means you're going to go from the 7th to 5th to the 8th to 10th. 7th and 9th, sorry, to the 8th and 10th. So, and then you got the next one goes up the next part of the scale again. So here you got hammer from the 10th, 8th to 10th, 9th to 10th on the top string. So you got a, and then you come back, walk back down again. So when you're playing this at full speed, what you get is something, this is where I tend to fall over on this one, it's right at the top of my range. You get that. So after you've done these figures, walked up, walk back down, walk back up, you come to this bend, which is a bend from the B here to the D. That's what you're aiming for. So when you got that bend, you're just going to slide back down to this position here based on the sort of 7th, 8th fret, 9th and 10th frets. Finishing there on the D, and the next part is again, it's a whole series of repeating figures. So you got and that's just running down from this hammer to the D. You want to end up down some here around the D and the E, and then work your way back up, back to this D and the E, further up the sorry, this CD, back up the scale here again, and then you've got this. So that's pull off from the E. Got that wrong bit. Finishing on the E, and then to finish on the G. And you finish on the G around there somewhere. After that you get much less noodling around it, and you've got something that's much more definite. So after that, what you've got is a set of triplets. So you've got this triplets here which are going so these triplets are running from the D, C sharp to B on the second string. Then you want to bend from the A to the B, and then add a pinky on the D string, on the D on the second string, on the 15th fret. So you're playing these two things together, but you're only going to bend the A to the B, you're going to leave the D where it is. That's what you should have after it. Do that again. Second time is this is the end of it. So this is triplets from the G, F sharp, E. Then a bend here from the D here, so you're going to bend up to the E that's up there. Then a couple of pull-offs. And then that bend, just going from the A here, just bend as far as you can. And finishes with a trill from the B to the D. And then as soon as you finish that, you're straight back down to and that, very roughly, as a very rough guide, is the solo for what you're doing.